Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Welcome to my haunted edition. Today I'm bringing you guys a mini reading for your love life energy, current situation, love life energy, and a story, a ghost story about a cemetery in Connecticut. So stay tuned, listen to the story, and then get the messages at the end of the reading like a little treat. So this is a story about Great Hill Cemetery in Seymour, Connecticut. And it's also been dubbed Hookman's Cemetery because there's a legend about this Hookman that had a hook for a hand. Now, don't get me wrong, this story is sort of an urban legend, so I do not know how true any of this is, or I've not done extensive research on it or to prove or disprove anything. All I know is I've seen things and I'm going to tell the story. So Legend of the Hookman, supposedly he would come out and he would kill kids that were trying to have sex in their cars or in the cemetery or trespassing or vandals. Another legend is that someone was hung there. I don't know the reason why. This is like just what I've heard, that somebody was hung in the cemetery, that the Hookman was a murderer, and that there was like this little cottage he used to live in. Don't know if he's the one that hung the person, but supposedly there's very dark energy in this cemetery, and I can definitely vouch for that. It's one of the darkest places I've ever been, next to Green Lady Cemetery, and if you're interested in that story, check my videos out, because I just did a video about Green Lady. And I've also done one about Union Cemetery in Easton with the White Lady. So this cemetery is, yes, very dark. It's on Great Hill Road, which is another road that's haunted. There was 2 deaths on that road, one of a woman and one of a motorcycle. Again, I don't know the details, but I do know that it has been widespread rumors about how spooky that road is and how spooky the cemetery is. So when I went with my friends, back in the day, we were always thrill seeking. We were looking for a good time. We were looking to get scared. We were looking to, just kind of have fun. And like I said in other stories, I never was really sure how to protect myself. And I knew I always had gifts, but I didn't, know how to use my gifts. And I didn't know how to protect myself. Anytime you go into a cemetery, you need to protect yourself and put yourself in the white light of protection and ask for the protection of Jesus Christ. Anyway, so we decided to go. We followed this long, windy, kind of crazy road. And there's 2 ways to get to it. And what happens is boom, all of a sudden the cemetery appears. And half of it is like up on a mountain and half of it's down. It's really a strange setup of this place. Okay, some of the graves are like this, crooked. I mean, it doesn't seem to me like it's well kept. The grass is like cut, but it doesn't seem like it's well kept. Very old graves going back to like 1700s. So we decided to park the car close by. And there's like a road. You can see everything. It's very open. But like I said, some of it's up on mountainy type landscape. There's trees. It's very weird, gnarly, uneven ground, wacky way. I don't even understand the way this place is set up. It's very odd. So we're sitting on the side of the road. It's like me and 2 other people. And, we're like looking around and, we're just kind of freaked out because it is creepy. And we're flashing like the headlights around trying to see. And of course, nobody wants to get caught by police or anything like that. So one of our friends decided to get out of the car and go away from the car because we're standing outside of the car looking around. And it's just dead ass quiet. It's creepy quiet. There's like nothing happening. And he starts walking towards some of the graves. And he's walking further and further and further in. And we're like, what are you doing? Come back. What are you doing? Stop. What are you doing? And he's like in a trance. He's not answering us. And we didn't know if he's like fooling around or not or playing games. This person was very much a scaredy cat person. So that's why I don't think he was fooling around. And we certainly came to the conclusion that he was not fooling around. So he seemed like he was entranced and just walking like a robotic walk, like to the middle of this cemetery. And we're standing there like he's not even hearing us. Like he's not even twitching, answering, nothing. He's just walking. And then all of a sudden he stops and he turns his heels like, and he starts looking at this big gnarly tree. And he looks up and his head just stays like in the upright position. He's just staring at this tree. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So me and my friend are like, we need to kind of go after him. Like, we can't get his attention. Like, what is he doing? So we're trying to get his attention. We're doing everything and anything we can. We're like clapping, hey, like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? We had a flashlight. We're flashing the flashlight at him. Nothing. So we're scared. We don't really want to go in there because it's getting creepier by the minute. The feeling is like this looming, sinking, dark blackness feeling. I swear there's like demonic entities in that place. And that's exactly what we saw. When we decided to go up on our friend and he was staring at this tree, he wasn't moving. It was like he was paralyzed. When we got up to him finally, his face was like all just white as a ghost, like pale white, like sheet of paper. And he had like this kind of terrified look on his face. And we're like, what is it? What is it? What do you see? What's going on? We're like, hello, hello, hello. And he just points his finger. And we look to where he's pointing, and we just see this black mass. This figure of like a black, dark, shadowy, hooded figure just standing by this tree. And all you see is like these two reflective looking like eyes glare right back at us. And we look and we're all so scared. We start very slowly backing away and we're grabbing our friend by the hands. We're dragging him now. And he's like fighting us and we're pulling him and we're going to like so slow, but we're getting as much moxie as we can to get him to come back to the car. We're begging, come on, please hurry up. What's wrong with you? Please, please, please. And I just went like this real loud in his face. I clapped and he just looks at us and he's like, we gotta get out of here. And we just run back to the car. Nobody looked behind, nobody. We weren't even trying to see if that thing was after us, following us, anything. We just ran. And it seemed like there was so much distance between us running in that car. It felt like it took like 5 minutes to get to the car, when really it was probably only like 50 feet away from us. And we can't even breathe. We're so scared. We jump in the car. We're trying to like situate ourselves and put our seatbelts on. And what was that? And oh my God. And everybody's flipping out. And my friend starts his car and we back up and we just kind of like look to see. And we see this thing still behind the tree, still looking at us, and it kind of peeks its head even more so, like, yeah, I see you, and like, scares the shit out of us even more. We freaking peeled out of that place. I'm telling you, there's dirt by the road. We peeled out, like freaking pebbles are flying in, sand is going all over the place. We couldn't get out of there fast enough. And finally we decided, I think we stopped on the side of the road somewhere because we were so scared. My friend was so scared he couldn't even drive. So we're sitting in the car and we're asking our friend, what happened to you? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I couldn't stop looking. He's like, something made me feel like it was so interesting to look at that tree and pulled me there. He's like, and I couldn't break my stare no matter what I did. He's like, and you guys didn't see it. He's like, I was seeing it the whole time. He's like, when you guys came closer is when you saw it. He's like, I would have stayed there and stared at that thing till kingdom come. He's like, time didn't matter. Nothing mattered. He's like, all that mattered to me was just being in that moment staring at that thing as it was trying to draw me closer and closer and closer. He's like, I don't know what it was going to do to me. He's like, I don't know what it was. We didn't see a face. He was like, all I saw was they looked like little diamonds shining, like little weird, like lights, like if you've ever seen the movie It, like the dead lights in somebody's eyes, that's what this fucking thing looked like. It was so horrific. I never forgot that. And guys, let me tell you something. Now what I know now, that was definitely demonic presence. And I will never, ever return to a place like that ever again. So if you guys are interested in doing that kind of stuff, or you live in Connecticut and you want to check it out, please make sure you are protecting yourself and you're being respectful and you're doing what you need to do. But I would advise you not to go there. Okay, I know stories are intriguing, but that was one of the most terrifying nights I've ever had, and definitely one of the first times I ever saw like a dark entity. So definitely be careful. And I still, to this day, I mean, I have goosebumps right now telling this story. Oh, there's a lot of creepy things out there, guys. Oh, I don't know. All right. So now on a lighter note, I hope you enjoyed my story. Let's get into a mini reading here about your love life. So what's something that you need to know about your love life, the current state, any energy coming in, any good forces coming in for you, anything to know to improve it or to get over something, anything at all. Let's just say. Oh, so we've gotten the Zombie Tarot, the Wheel of Fortune. I really love this card, by the way. You can see her, she's sort of on there, spinning around and around. So traditionally, the Wheel of Fortune has to do with ups and downs and twists and turns. And that happens in every relationship. So sometimes things are going really great and sometimes things are not going so great. So it's sort of going with the flow of the relationship, dealing with sort of the slings and arrows and knives that are sort of being thrown at her here, and dodging some knives and dodging some bullets here. So to me, it says that this is a relationship that has suffered a lot of ups and downs and a lot of slings and arrows from maybe other people, or that you do this to one another at times. It does have to do with fate, luck, and destiny as well. So to me, this feels like a turn for the better is coming, or turn towards luck is coming, or more of a destiny feeling between the two of you. Okay, so sometimes we're on this wheel for so long, we're dizzy and we can't think straight. This is also the everyday life sort of, you know how when you're with somebody for a long time, you get stuck in those mundane routines, and maybe you're not having as much fun as you used to, or you're not talking as much as you used to, or you're not enjoying each other as you used to. It kind of feels like a rat race sometimes. So getting over like that dizzy feeling, you know, sometimes we have to realize that stuff is out of our hands, and that even if we are stuck on this wheel, it is for a reason. And sometimes we have to leave stuff to fate, and we have to leave stuff to chance, but you can control your destiny, and you can control what you think and what you do and how you act with one another. And you can control, sometimes we feel like we have no control over our actions. Well, this is telling you that you do, or what we say, it's telling you you do. And you definitely have the power to change the relationship or the context of the relationship anytime you want. So don't feel stuck. Don't feel like you're on this mouse wheel turning and turning and turning. This does say that a turn for the better is coming and opportunities are heading your way. So don't fight it and just go with the flow. So if there's some things you've been struggling with your partner, this is a sign that better energies are coming in for you and more options are coming in, and sort of let fate work out some of the other details that are more confusing for you at this time. The universe always has a plan, and you may have to start to work together a little bit better, but I'm feeling like, yeah, better is coming. So let's get some advice from my wise witches. Ooh, so we've got sight. See the truth no matter what. So it could be that you were denying something about your partner, or denying something about the relationship itself that requires you now to look at it a little more deeply. It could also be that you may be keeping secrets from each other, or you were in the past, and those things need to come to light, and that could be somewhat healing for the both of you is what I'm getting. And it's not like things that are going to come out that are going to end you. It might be some ways that you've been feeling, or some things that you've wanted to say but you don't know how to say to your partner. Those sorts of things is what I'm getting. Let's see what else we've got. Ooh, we've got new clarity coming out of the fog. Yeah, so there could be some things that need to come to light between the two of you. Maybe one or both of you have a hard time opening up and expressing yourselves. I feel like that's all energy that's going to change and start to work more into your favor. And definitely hone in a little bit more on your own intuition, both of you, if you can. And let's see what else we get here. So we've also got shadow work. Heal your innermost pain. So it could be that some of those things are now coming out between you and your person and requiring like healing. Like it's kind of like that slap in the face, like, hey, stop ignoring me. You know you need to heal me. Let's work on this. Let's stop pretending that this pain doesn't exist. Let's stop pretending that, I can't get over this. It could have been a shitty childhood. You could have been abused. You could have been in a bad relationship. You could have been cheated on multiple times. It's carrying that baggage that creates the shadows within us. And a lot of the time it goes way back to childhood. So Spirit is calling you to stop ignoring and start working on yourself and put the work in and do the healing that's needed. And then the last card is sensitivity. What does your first initial feeling say? So you have to really question and go within for this connection. Look, another card wants to slip out. We're going to take it. You have to really go within for this connection. You need to say what you feel more. You need to get in touch with that and be sensitive with yourself and sensitive with your partner. And we've got healer. You have the ability to heal yourself and others. So healing for this relationship coming in, I feel like this is definitely very apparent that there needs to be some healing on both your parts separately and then together the healing. I hope that this was helpful, guys, and I hope you enjoyed my story. Smash that like button for me and don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000, so help your girl out and share this video if you think that somebody would like it. And I will see you guys on the next reading and story.